Another thing you can do with white, if you feel daring, is you can do drawing with it. So white on black drawing. Just to do a very simple version, like if this is going to be a brick wall here, I can do some of the classic sort of stylized brick lines, and as you can see, it's not the smoothest line. It's kind of hard to get a really nice line quality. The hardest thing of all is to do, you can use the white ink with a nib, and I've done it before, but I don't particularly recommend it, especially because the much easier thing to do now is just to do that in Photoshop. Just ink in black on it. Maybe, if I was going to put white text in here, I would just ink it in the margin and then scan it, and then on Photoshop you can just invert stuff into white and black and paste it in there. But I can do lettering with a brush, for example. It's just a bit blobbier and hard to control. But keep in mind, like I said, when I do it this way, I'll do this with the brush, and if I overdo it a bit, I'll just let it dry and clean it up with a technical pen or pigment marker later on. If I want to do this with a nib, it just takes a lot more, even more delicacy and a lot more water. You need to water it down more. So ideally a perfectly clean nib, because even this one will probably get us a bit of black gunk in there, but we'll see how it works. So this is my more watery ink that I was using before, and it's too watery for the brush, but it might be okay for the nib. It looks good right now, but we'll see as it dries. It might turn out to be too watery. We'll see. But there are drawing things you can do like that too, like having, some people use white to make areas of black fade out, or to create like a scratchboard or woodcut kind of effect. Or like I have this area of cross-hatching, and one way to sort of fade it out a bit is, and notice, so what I'm doing here is I'm dipping into the ink and in the water, but it's really not very easy to do for a very subtle effect. You can do this with the brush too. So I'm making little white lines over the black, which are just sort of turning it into kind of a dotted line.